I got another little package in my mailbox today. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I figured we'd check. Because if it is what I think it is, it'll be the topic of another unboxing video. Let's check. Alright, here's the package. It says, fragile. Oh, yep. It's from Crystal Fortress. That's what I thought. I guess this is going to be an unboxing video. We'll say this, they are fond of the tissue paper, the red stuff. It's a nice touch. Now, if memory serves, I ordered a couple of things. But what I really wanted was the straps, the carrying case for the case that I'm, assembling or that I've been making. But I also ordered a couple of extra pieces so I can make it just a full box. It's something I could have done from the very beginning. There's like special pricing if you buy the full bundle, and I probably would have saved a decent amount of money had I bought the full bundle. But I wasn't sure about the product, so I didn't want to commit to the large thing because, like, well, what if it doesn't work out? But here is the case that kind of ties everything together, much like that rug, that infamous rug that tied the room together. This will tie my collection of cases together. It's it's embossed, the silver kind of a print. The logo here, a patent made in the USA. I should note it's a cardboard box. It's a nice cardboard box and it's got some texturing to it. But it is a cardboard box. Like, it's not anything fancy. But it's also not very expensive. It's actually one of the cheapest things you can find at Crystal Fortress. I don't know how durable this is going to be, but it'll keep me from having accidents with my case and my models that are inside them. I'll show you. Since this is what I've got so far, you'll see it's only one kind of row or one column of cases. In order to make the thing that I bought work, I need 2 columns of cases. So I'm going to bring... So I ordered another one of these for sure. I think I may have ordered some other stuff, but I ordered at least one more of these so that it could come out here, and so it'll serve as the base. I'll move these 2 over on top, and I'll have like a kind of a squatty case, and that means I could add another probably 3. I think 4 is the limit. You want to have 4 stacked. So that means I'll have a couple of these and some of these. Now, that's the guy that broke when I kind of spilled the case last time. And he didn't break so much; it's just come off the base. And he's glued. I just haven't put him back in there because I was afraid that if the glue wasn't dry and I put it back in here, it would kind of ruin the acrylic. I've seen that happen before when I was a kid. I would assemble like jet planes, like jet fighters, and if I would glue around the clear canopy, it would kind of frost the acrylic. Now, I don't know if this is the same material, and honestly, it's been decades since I did a model that wasn't like Games Workshop. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I don't want to take any chances. So I'm gonna build the other pieces that came with my order of the case topper, and this strap. Take a look at this guy. It's just one of them. I just realized now. So basically, there's a so there's a way of running this strap through these little indentations. I think you cut these out, and so that way you can thread the strap through that. Strap the thread through the one at the bottom, and then put your cases in here, and then cinch it all together. And then that way you can transport it around, or keep it stored that way for more secure storage. So I'm going to build these guys, but I'm going to build them off camera because you've seen me do these a couple of times already. So I'll build them off camera, assemble it all together, and show you what it looks like, and give you my thoughts on the entire package. Before I go any further, I thought I'd interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to just make it absolutely clear that this is not a sponsored video. Now, given the very, very small number of viewers and subscribers that are on my channel, it seems silly, right, to clarify that, but I do want to make it absolutely sure that this is my third video on Crystal Fortress. I am just a repeat customer. They don't know I exist. They just have a product that I continue to purchase, and I thought I would share my experience of said purchases and my use of said product with anyone who might be curious about it. So, just FYI, no one's paying me to say anything, good or bad. This is just my reaction to stuff, so let's check it out. Finished the assembly. This is what I had ordered. The Orca case. So it's basically two of these beluga kind of smushed together. And I'm starting to realize that I prefer this size because you don't lose that space in here. So if you have two of these, it's roughly equal to one of these. But that gap right there, you aren't able to use it. And that might make the difference between adding a few models. So moving forward, I think I'll probably just stick to getting these. If I continue to buy from Crystal Fortress, I'll stick to these as they seem to be more useful. Although this seems to be a good idea for these little storage cubes. So I've built them up, and so I got the cover with it. So the idea is that this cover is going to go kind of right here. So let me get stuff kind of figured out the way I want, because the real reason for this video is to show how this kind of goes on. So I will get rid of this. So the idea is that the tall guys, the stuff with weapons kind of sticking out, where they won't fit without the use of this case, I'll put them on top. And then actually I'll put this guy back in. And then this will go here. So now they're ready. They're going to be together like this. And I'm going to get them to stick. Not stick, but to go together. Now, I'm not entirely sure how this works. So I know I have to punch these out and then strap this thing through it. So let's try to pop these out. Ugh, that's no good. So the perforation doesn't, see how it doesn't extend out here? So when if you get yours, you want to be careful with it. Make sure that you kind of poke all the way through. As a matter of fact, you should probably use a hobby knife and then avoid that tear there. Okay. Well, I don't like this. It looks kind of janky. Get a hobby knife. Alright, I'm going to try this hobby knife to see if I can score it. Yeah, it's still tearing chunks out of this. And I really should be doing this over a cutting mat as opposed to over my ottoman. Oof, look at that. And I don't see any good way of scoring it from here. I mean, you can kind of see where the perforations are, but it's a tough one. All right, so this is the case. This is what holds everything together. Look at that. I did my best to try to score this textured material before I punched out the tab or whatever this perforation was, but it doesn't come clean off. So this is probably the first item I've gotten from Crystal Fortress that I am not happy with. I mean, it's only like $12, so in terms of value, there's that to consider, right? But just take a look at this, right? That's a huge gash right under the name of the company. It seems like a really bad advertisement. This is going to be the kind of the face of the entire thing, right? I am really happy with my actual cases. These do the job at display, but they can only do the job of being a case to transport with these things. So even though these are considerably cheaper than any of these, this is the face. This is what makes this thing a collection. So you need this. You need this cover. And so if you need this cover, it should be as well thought out as these pieces. So I don't know. Let's make the straps work. I don't want to harp on that too much. So this is kind of unfortunate. Just right off the bat, it does the job. It just doesn't do it very well. Maybe if I tighten it some more. Okay, so there it is. I'm assuming I did this right. I'm not sure. I can't attest to that. I can't attest to my doing it right. I don't see where I did it wrong, but I'll check out, I'll look at a video and see if there's anything else to be considered here. But I built it the way I think it needs to be built. And so you'll see a couple of things. The single strap setup means you need to have your models centered. And you see all this wiggle? The covers don't have any place to to keep these from sliding around. So what you have is this much play. Unless there's some kind of spacer that you can buy that pushes these out a bit, and maybe there is. Right? Maybe I'm missing something. But if there were some spacers you could use to push these out, it would stop them from sliding at least on one axis. It won't stop them from sliding, say, on this Y axis, right? They'll still go up and down. But with a spacer here, they wouldn't wiggle on the X axis, side to side. So you put this thing on, and you have this situation here where they're essentially kind of sliding across this cardboard base. And I'm not sure how secure this strap is. So if it's connected, right, so now I'm relying on a single point of failure to keep all of my models from spilling over. I don't know. It's a little sus. I don't know if I can trust that. If this was like a two-strapper, and then maybe have like a thing that connects the two straps, well, okay, you've got 2 points of failure. I don't know that it would increase the safety much at all. I mean, this buckle is nice. See, there's this button and there are these two things. So you have to actually use them both to let go of the clasp. So just pressing the button won't work. Just doing the clasp won't work. You have to do both. And it comes off. And so far as the length of the strap, it's designed to have at least another level. So I won't impugn. I won't criticize the design because this is my deal. But yeah, this I don't know, this carrying case lid, it just makes me really uncomfortable, and I'm really sad about this. Aside from the fact that I've invested quite a bit of money into this setup, let's just put that aside because it was an expensive thing. I mean, I've spent probably about $200 on this whole deal, which is about the price of that Bastion box you see over there. Right, but you know what? I knew what I was getting into. But the end quality is just a little heartbreaking. Maybe if I add those rubber pads at the bottom of these things and at the top of these things, maybe it'll help them from sliding around too much. But this cardboard lid, it's just not going to cut it. And this single strap thing it's not a good idea. You need some way of balancing the load that it's carrying. I'm kind of bummed out, guys. This was so promising because these boxes are so pretty, and I haven't seen anything on the market that does what these display cases do. What these things do is amazing, top notch. But as a carrying case, I don't think it's going to work. I'm going to play with it a little bit more, and if I see something that changes this narrative or this result, then I'll append that to this video. But I'm a little bummed out. I really didn't want to leave the video kind of where it's sat. I was a little upset, a little perturbed about the Crystal Fortress case and how it kind of fits together and how snug it was. So I messed around a little bit with it, and I kind of cinched this strap a little tighter, and it seems to have made quite a bit of difference on how secure things were. But I also wanted to go ahead and some of the little pads. Now, I don't know if you can get a sense for, you see that guy right there? That's one of those silicone pads that comes with the kits that you get. Kind of show you where they go. So I'm holding, this is the beluga case. It's the beluga case, and it's upside down. So the hole where you put your models in is under here. This is kind of where it sits. And there's these tiny little slots right there where you can add one of these pads. So I've done that to a lot of these. And I'm going to finish up with all the teensy little things that I found. So this is how you get them when you order one of these things. And they're a little hard to work with, but they're tiny. So that's just going to be the way it's going to be. And so as you peel these off individually and you kind of carefully stick them on here, trying and inevitably failing to not manhandle the sticky side too much. And so you end up kind of like that. I don't know why I can't focus. So you go from that to that. And I've already tried it with the ones you see over there. At least the bottom one. I'm not sure if I have enough to put on every available surface. Not that the kits necessarily didn't come with them, but I don't know that I don't know where I put them all. So I'm just adding them to the bottom, and if I have any additionals, I'll add some more to kind of add stability. The thought is that they can't slide around on the cardboard box, and it's a little more stable. So I'm going to finish that and then come back and see what it looks like. All right, I finished adding all the little foot pads I could find. I had enough for just a couple of, 1, 2, 3. I had just enough for 3 of these beluga-sized boxes. 1, 2, 3. So there's a loose one here at the bottom. Again, I'm pretty sure I just, lost them or tossed them. And so this is how I've reorganized my my collection so far. I do have a few more miniatures. I just don't have them all painted. So this is what I've got painted, like finished right now. And so there's one orchid case completely empty, one beluga case completely empty, and there's one beluga case that only has 2 terminators in it. And so I managed to fit a full squad of, Primaris Hellblasters. So I was able to fit a full squad of Primaris Hellblasters. That's 9 squad members, 1 sergeant, and I even crammed Watch Captain Artemis in there. So there's 11 figures. They're packed in pretty tight. And in this beluga case, I have the storage boxes. Up here, you see what I've got. I've got a Captain, Dreadnought, and a Rhino/Whirlwind. So I need to make sure that I have room to put in another vehicle, either in here or one of the other ones. I've got a Repulsor Executioner coming, and then I've got another set of kill team. I've got 10 kill team members that are going to go in here somewhere. So given what I've got that I need to paint, I'll probably end up buying an additional stack up here. Even though I'm not entirely enthusiastic with how secure this box is. I really love the acrylic storage. So I've adjusted the strap to make this really tight. And so it's tight enough so that it just, oh goodness. So it's supposed to be just tight enough so that it closes, and that's the end. It's better. It is absolutely better. I need to find a way of getting the strap to stay in the place I want it. So right now it loosens itself up as I pick it up, and that's the more loose it is, the more movement you encounter. So I think there's some way of doing this. I don't really know how to work with these things very well, but I know there's a way of making this kind of stay that tight. And it might mean, running another layer in there. I'm not entirely sure. I've never had to actually rely on straps like these to keep something secure. No, that's just gonna. All right, there's probably a way of making this tighter. But if it's tight enough, if we can keep this from sliding around, you'll see it's actually, it's fairly stable. It's a lot less floppy than I initially thought. I got to work with this strap and clasp. But there it is. That's my case so far. Yeah, I really wish there was a separator, a way of spreading this out, I don't know, some kind of shim, some kind of adapter for me to set this separation right here and set it so that it's firmly there. I may have to find some way of shimming this together, because I feel like if it was kind of solid up against the cardboard box that is the base, it would present a lot less movement. So there's two fundamental things that I think Crystal Fortress needs to address or solve to make this just a top-notch display case and transport system. It's got the display case pretty down pat. It's fantastic. I love the transparency. I love the modularity. There's a lot that I like about this system. But the things it needs to fix are to take that and make it portable. This is an okay solution, but I know they can do better. This modularity system, it's a very clever system. I bet they can fix this, with some ingenuity. So there it is. I'm going to continue to buying at least one more stack of Crystal Fortress as I complete my Death Watch army. My hope is to contain it all in a single case like this. Whether it's 3, maybe it'll be 4, who knows. So yeah, I'm not sure where this will stop, but I want to make sure that I have all of at least my Death Watch army, all of them are going to be in here. When I start my next army, I purchased Astra Militarum, the Christmas set. Once I start building that, I don't know if I'll keep with this system or if I'll try another one. Not necessarily as, I'm not going to do this anymore. I really like it, but I kind of want to try some other stuff too. There's a couple of other cases out there. They're not as pretty as this, but they're kind of more designed to be modular, to transport your dudes. So I might try some of that. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, but I'm considering, either, getting another set of this for my next army or trying another case system for that army. So A, I can tell them apart, and B, I can, I have something else to compare, this to. And so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this was, I hope, my last entry for this video on the Crystal Fortress case system. So I hope this was useful as you make your decisions about how to store, display, and transport your shooty dudes to your Games Workshop store to hang out with your fellow nerds and shoot up their armies. Yeah.